Hey there, I'm Jeff Morneau, the investment advisor with TCG, which is the financial planning partner of First Mark Credit Union. As a former educator, I wanted to make some videos of topics that I wish I was aware of when I was a teacher. And today we're going to be talking about the government pension offset, also known as a GPO. So what is the GPO and why does it affect educators? Well, the government pension offset is a provision that affects individuals who receive a pension from a job where they don't pay any Social Security taxes, such as certain government or public service positions. As with the windfall elimination provision, another Social Security provision that I'll cover in a different video, I think it's important to first understand why the provision is in place in order to help better understand exactly how it works. So Social Security is a progressive system that is meant to pay out proportionally higher amounts to participating households for lower earnings throughout their careers, similar to our progressive tax system. As an employee of a school district, if you are not paying into Social Security, but instead of paying into a pension like TRS, these provisions are aimed to readjust for this discrepancy that you have not been unemployed during your teenage years, but just rather paying into an alternative system. However, as you can imagine, for many educators, these provisions come as a surprise when it's time to collect their Social Security. Now, as I mentioned earlier, there are two provisions that affect Social Security, the GPO and the WEP. How are they different? Well, the fundamental difference between the GPO and the WEP is a government pension offset affects spousal benefits, while the windfall elimination provision affects your individual Social Security benefits. So for today's video, we will be talking specifically about spousal Social Security benefits. Typically, for those married at least 10 years, you are eligible to receive a spousal Social Security benefit equal to 50% of your spouse's benefit. For many married couples who both work and pay into the Social Security system, their spousal benefit is an afterthought, since their benefit is typically greater than 50% of their spouse's. Because it's important to note you can only get one or the other. Now, for an educator who is not paid into Social Security, but who is married to an individual who is paid into Social Security, it's easy to see how he or she would be an obvious candidate for spousal Social Security benefits. However, as I mentioned earlier, the GPO is designed to readjust for the fact that individuals contribute to a pension and not into Social Security. So how exactly does the GPO work? Simply put, a pension recipient who is also eligible for a spousal Social Security benefit can expect a reduction to their spousal benefit of 2/3 of that of their pension benefit. I know that may sound confusing, so let's look at an example, as I think it will become much more clear with some tangible numbers. So let's say you have an individual who has a TRS pension of $2,100 per month. They are eligible for $1,000 spousal benefits from Social Security. In this case, take 2/3 of their TRS pension, so 2/3 of $2,100, which will create a reduction to their spousal benefit of $1,400. So when we apply that $1,400 reduction to their $1,000 spousal benefit, we get -$400, which brings up an interesting question. Do you have to pay back $400 to Social Security? No, you don't. You can never have a negative Social Security benefit. However, the GPO in this scenario would reduce that spousal benefit to 0. So let's look at another example, except instead of $1,000 spousal benefit, it's $1,600. So let's say we have the same 2/3 reduction of $1,400, which will leave a spousal benefit to that recipient of $200 per month. You can see that the GPO can have dramatic effects on your spousal benefits. At this point, you might be thinking, well, there is a district near me, or perhaps my district pays Social Security. Will I still be hit with the GPO? And the answer to that question, as with many things involving Social Security, is it really depends. Currently, you have to be employed by and retire from a Social Security covered district for the last 60 months to be eligible for no reduction to the GPO. So that is something to keep in mind, that you're going to have to work 5 years for that district. It's also important to remember that often if you work for a Social Security covered district, your personal benefits may be greater than the spousal benefit, which means that you would want to familiarize yourself with the WEP covered in another video. So as you can see, this can come as a shock to many households factoring spousal benefits into their retirement plan. So some ways to prepare would be contributing to a 403b, 457, or IRA if eligible, and seeking personalized advice from an advisor. If you have any questions or want to learn more, visit tcgservices.com/telewealth to book a one-on-one meeting with a retirement plan specialist. Thank you so much for being with me today, and stay tuned for more content coming your way.